Daniel chapter 1. In the 3rd year of Jehoiakim's reign as the king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian king, arrived in Jerusalem and laid siege to the city. The Lord allowed Nebuchadnezzar to capture Jehoiakim, the king of Judah, and seize some of the sacred articles from the house of God. These sacred items were transported to the land of Shinar and placed in the temple of Nebuchadnezzar's god, where they were stored in the god's treasury. Nebuchadnezzar instructed Ashpenaz, his chief eunuch, to carefully select young Israelites from noble and royal families. These young men were required to meet specific criteria. They had to be physically flawless, handsome, well-versed in various forms of wisdom, possess knowledge and insight, and be capable of serving in the royal palace. Additionally, they were to be taught the Chaldean language and literature. The king provided them with a daily portion of his own food and wine, intending to train them over a 3-year period so that they could eventually serve in his court. Among these chosen youths were Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, all hailing from the tribe of Judah. The chief eunuch assigned new names to them. Daniel became Belteshazzar, Hananiah was called Shadrach, Mishael adopted the name Meshach, and Azariah was renamed Abednego. However, Daniel was determined not to compromise his principles by consuming the king's food and wine. He sought the chief eunuch's permission to maintain a different diet. God influenced the chief eunuch to show kindness and favor to Daniel. Although the chief eunuch had reservations, fearing that the king might blame him if Daniel and his companions appeared less healthy than their counterparts, Daniel suggested a 10-day trial period. During this time, they would consume only vegetables and water. After 10 days, their appearance was remarkably healthier and more robust than that of the youths who had been consuming the king's provisions. As a result, Melzar, the chief eunuch, allowed them to continue their diet of vegetables and water, discontinuing the king's food and wine. God blessed these 4 young men with extensive knowledge and wisdom, especially granting Daniel the ability to interpret dreams and visions. When the time came for them to appear before Nebuchadnezzar, the chief eunuch presented them to the king. Upon conversing with them, the king found none as wise and knowledgeable as Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Consequently, he retained them to serve in his court. In every matter requiring wisdom and understanding, the king discovered that these 4 youths excelled tenfold compared to all the magicians and astrologers in his entire kingdom. Daniel continued to serve in the royal court until the 1st year of King Cyrus.